snitching in that courtroom? Yo, didn't snitch on me?
I don't care what y'all talking about. Vonnie was never Durk homie.
And Durk and trial is saying, hey, I don't know what this guy's talking about.
August 26th changed everything for the Lil Durk trial. The defense team pulled a massive move in court, pinning the entire Lil PAB situation directly on Vonnie. But is it real legal strategy or straight snitching? People pick and choose who they want to call a snitch based on which artist they like. DJ Vlad sparked a huge debate with that statement, pointing out how hip-hop fans selectively label snitches. When 6ix9ine cooperated, fans blamed his baby mama. When Ghana took a plea, fans said it didn't count. Now, Durk's defense team is naming names, and the internet is split. But police revealed Vonnie allegedly committed a crime using a tracked rental car, then drove it straight to Durk's house to collect payment.
They're saying that the car that was rented to do all of this, and it was rented by Vonnie, that Vonnie's gonna testify he rented. If Durk is gonna say that he ain't got nothing to do with, which by the way, we just found out from, Steady Nash, and, I'm pretty sure Trapler is gonna tell us, that car has a tracker in it that tracks back to exactly where Durk is at. So Durk's defense of, I just went to see my family. Well, if you went to see your family, now I'm not saying this is just hook, line, and sinker, he's done. But you're not going to have to explain why, if you only went to LA to see your family and do business, why does that car?
The evidence gets even worse. Why did Durk reportedly have Vonnie assemble an outside crew instead of using O-Block members? MX reveals the reason members didn't slide for King Von was because they were being investigated for the FBG duck passing. DJ Academics dropped this major bomb, proving O-Block members weren't holding back because they lacked loyalty. They were actively under federal surveillance. Reports surfaced that Durk was furious his team wasn't stepping up and only wanted to celebrate the new year, forcing a makeshift crew to handle business.
Who goes into the New Year's really upset that he felt that the O-Block guys was going to go slide. The O-Block guys were, at that time, embattled, at least the main ones. They were embattled with the investigation into them FBG ducks. So all of Von's real who should have been sliding, most of them were getting bogged down by the feds because of the FBG duck.
Every single piece of evidence prosecutors brought to court points right to Vonnie, back giving Durk's defense team the green light to shift all the blame onto him. Durk just blamed everything on Vonnie. Streamer Ross reported this live from the courtroom when Durk's lawyer pointed directly at Vonnie as the main operator. The internet instantly exploded, accusing Durk of snitching to save himself. Top hip-hop attorneys immediately called out Ross for spreading misleading takes, while federal defense veteran Bradford Cohen weighed in on what actual courtroom cooperation looks like.
Headline in this tweet from Ross, I got to talk to Ross. This is not a story. Durk did not just blame everything on Vonnie. What the Vonnie got picked up by cops, admitted to everything, admitted to getting the cars, arranging the flights, admitted to getting the buying the ski masks, admitted to getting Sprinter vans and taking everybody around. And then he said, I did all of it while facing life in prison. I did all of it because Durk Banks paid me to do it. And now Durk Banks is in court saying, I don't know what he's talking about. And to put out a headline that says, oh, Durk just blamed everything on Vonnie.
Bradford Cohen has spent decades defending high-profile rappers through massive federal indictments. He knows real snitching when he sees it, and he made it clear that blaming a co-defendant in open court isn't cooperation. It's high-stakes legal defense.
Okay, let's talk about Lil Durk update. Here's what's interesting about this case, is the headlines today are Durk snitches on Vonnie, which me personally, I'm sure there's a lot of snitch experts out there. I've been doing this for 30 years, so I think I know a snitch or two. What they're saying is Durk is essentially blaming everything on Vonnie. He's essentially snitching on the snitch, which to me doesn't make any sense. This guy Vonnie went in, I guess he was Durk's right-hand man. He went in and spilled his said that he bought tickets, he drove around with these guys, took pictures with them, showed them where to go, bought the all these other allegations that he admitted to. But he says, but Durk made me do it. And Durk and trial is saying, hey, I don't know what this guy's talking about. He takes the blame for all this stuff because rightfully so, that's what he did.
Here is the truth. Durk isn't taking the witness stand to hand the feds information. His defense team is attacking the credibility of the government's primary witness, Vonnie, to build reasonable doubt to the jury. To lawyers, standard courtroom warfare. But 6ix9ine had an absolute field day on live stream with DJ Academics. Durk's snitching on Vonnie, and don't blame his lawyers. Durk paid for them to defend him and knows what they're going to say. Let's just put it all on Vonnie. Snitch on me, and I'll snitch on you. So snitch plus snitch equals it's okay. 6ix9ine claimed Durk signed off on the exact strategy, calling it a double snitch equation designed to bypass the street code.
Durk snitching in that courtroom? Yo, didn't snitch on me? Jorge, the driver, didn't he snitch on me, took everybody down?
Yeah. He was tape recording
if
and shit.
If snitch plus snitch equals okay. No, hold on. Because Durk hired these lawyers, right? So I
Yo,
know
you
my
gotta
defense.
get on Facts TV because we gonna have to debate this. I'm on Durk's side with this. This is not full snitching. This is called an alternate theory defense. You notice it's basically Rondo did with C-Day when Rondo said, "How don't you?" The evidence kind of matched the other guys, so why y'all blaming it on me? Is that snitching? That's not snitching.
You're not supposed to say that. Any street. Come on, bro.
Durk's legal team is pushing a specific narrative. Vonnie acted completely on his own out of personal vengeance, fueled entirely by King Von's final moments on Earth. Why did you let me get hit? News reports revealed these were King Von's tragic final words to Vonnie right before he passed. Defense lawyers argue those words shattered Vonnie emotionally, driving him to launch an unsanctioned revenge mission that got the attention and live reaction of DJ academics.
That the government has stuff wrong and basically says the mastermind is Kevon Grant, aka OT of Vonnie. What does that tell us, chat? It tells us that Durk's defense, we don't know if he's gonna put on a full defense case, but he's already framing this as, why y'all saying Durk is the mastermind? It's Vonnie. Now, for the people in the back, he's not pointing fingers. What he's doing is what's called an alternate theory defense, right? An alternate theory defense is like, say me and you at the park. Somebody get to the park. They arrest me because they claim there's evidence that I did. It's kind of looked at in certain senses as snitching.
6ix9ine wasn't buying the defense's narrative for a single second. He jumped back online to mock Durk's entire team. Just say you don't know what happened. It wasn't you. Nothing else. No need to blame someone else. He flat out called Durk a snitch for shifting the blame. The high-profile drama even caught the eye of Chicago figure King Yella, who quickly dropped his own unfiltered reaction to the courtroom moves.
Look, I don't want to hear nothing. Durk just blamed everything on Vonnie. Vonnie is the only one that want to slide for Von. Why? Because that's his best friend. He booked the flights. He did this. He did that. Hey, listen, you dealing with some Chicago slime ball ass. I don't care what y'all talking about. Vonnie was never Durk home.
Despite the internet chaos, Durk's inner circle isn't flinching. Longtime affiliate Duty Low was spotted standing tall outside the courthouse in full support. Industry insiders argue that if Durk were truly cooperating with the feds, real street figures like Duty Low wouldn't be anywhere near that courtroom.
Got my code to my, hey, pull up, we're in front of the federal courtroom. If you in LA, pull up, we outside. I got shirts for y'all, free Durk shirts. Free my boy, man. We outside, man. Y'all want to support, pull up right now.
To determine if Durk actually crossed the line, you have to look at what Vonnie handed over to federal prosecutors. Vonnie's cooperation was so massive that authorities immediately placed him in protective custody at a secret location. Official prison records reveal he was completely cleared from his holding cell the moment he flipped and joined the government's team.
The new indictment takes 2 defendants out. OTF Vonnie, Kevon Grant, and another guy, one of the shooters. So Vonnie, they said, was the guy who bought all the and arranged all the travel, and he was the orchestrator of this. Then they got this other guy, Keith Jones. He's one of the shooters. Well, both of those guys are off the indictment, suggesting that they have cooperated, taken pleas. But the new racketeering indictment, bringing in stuff from 2019, 2020, 2021, that suggests that those cooperators' testimony was not going to be enough to Lil Durk.
Flipping on Durk cost Vonnie everything. He wasn't just cast out from ODF. His own family completely disowned him. After news of his federal statement broke, Vonnie's father publicly reacted on social media, cutting all ties over his son's decision to cooperate.
Was it you that said that? With the whole narrative about Vonnie snitching with the text messages? Like, that's...
Yeah. I don't know who said that. No, that's just saying what he finna cop out to and this, that.
I ain't gonna lie. I said that in my video. I'm intrigued to know what the Von name was for.
You gonna tell that just like you orchestrated Lil you orchestrated this, and guess who you work for?
The internet broke when commentators started questioning who could actually pull off a hit of this magnitude. Controversial figure Charleston White jumped into the mix, arguing that Durk is the only person in the entire OTF ecosystem with the deep pockets required to fund $1 million bounty.
So ain't nobody laughing at Durk. Now it ain't funny. Now your favorite rapper go to jail and look like he got a no bond like me. That boy got a federal no bond. You know you had put that hit out on that boy, so you've been trying to avoid karma. They say karma is real. I say it ain't real. I say you reap what you sow. They say that's karma.
Federal prosecutors lay out a devastating paper trail. Vonnie told agents Durk placed a $1 million bounty on Quando Rondo in 2022, and he brought receipts. Consistent with Durk's promise to reward co-conspirators, defendant Wilson solicited hitmen by promising to pay $1 million reward on behalf of Durk in exchange exchange for flying to Los Angeles to commit the crime. The indictment features a 2022 photo of Durk posing with $1 million in cash, backed by flight logs to Los Angeles on August 18. But the biggest blow came from a 2019 police seizure of Durk's phone, which contained screenshots discussing Lil Tim's bond, his house arrest address, and flyer updates tracking Quando Rondo's location.
There's a phone. That phone was seized by the government like 6 years ago when Durk was the victim of a home invasion. Somebody broke into his house. This man called the cops. Hey, I don't want to these people. Y'all need to come get him. And then they seized his phones to see if there was something in there about maybe people him. Anyway, the Georgia State Police had that phone for like 6 years. And then last month, the feds went and said, hey, we want a warrant for that. We're going to search it for evidence of criminal activity. The defense is going nuts, talking about that's latest. What the hell do you mean you guys are searching and getting warrants for the phone in a month before the trial? And then that's just wild.
The entire trajectory of the trial took a dark turn when news broke regarding key informant Jam. Prosecutors say Jam will allegedly testify that the $50,000 Durk gave him, the money that he rapped about in the Back Again track, was in his mind, a way to get Jam to do things for Durk. DJ Academics reported that prosecutors plan to call Jam to testify about this exact payment. Jam is also set to detail an incident during a video shoot where Durk cornered him in a bathroom, ordering him to fall back from street crime to keep federal heat away.
You know what's name, bro? Steady crying, huh? He steady crying. Feed him. Feed him. Get in the milk, bro. Get in the milk so big mama get the tripping, bro.
See that?
Feed
for my
him.
baby. That's really how y'all hold y'all babies, ain't it? I gotta hold my money like this. This too much. Crazy though. Motherfuckers sitting up there doing all this. Sneak this and the internet games and all this. Up some money. Do something. Like, we winning, bro. I can do whatever it is I want to do, I can do it.
That's your leg bit. 12? 12. That boy popped out 12 years.
Music executive Whack 100 stepped up with a brutal assessment of the situation, confirming that Jam's detailed testimony is enough to dismantle Durk's entire legal defense.
There's a guy named OTF Jam.
That was wired.
Very ironic name.
Jam
now he put everyone in a jam.
Did 12 years.
12
got
years.
out, interviewed, said he kept it real, brought him cars, gave him 50,000.
Right.
This. Made mention that ain't no smut on his name. He ain't never been a rat. Caught a gun case, but eventually he flipped.
Why did Jam turn into a star witness after staying silent for so long? Reports indicate Jam didn't want to flip initially until D-Tang's younger brother, Ted, made a fatal mistake that forced his hand.
OTF Jam decorated hitman, Sammy the Bull. He went on a hit with him. I guess we gotta blame Jam because Jam supposedly let him have the afterwards, but he told him to get rid of. He didn't get rid of the. Got caught with the. And when he gets caught with the, he's crying like this before he get to the station.
Jam had just completed a massive 12-year prison sentence before receiving the $50,000 from Durk. He was pulled right back into street operations. Jam executed a job alongside Ted, who was given explicit orders to destroy the drill weapon. Instead, Ted kept the gun, walked right into a local convenience store, and got caught red-handed by local police.
Really? Dude had a. What about that? A man had a with an extended clip. That's cool though, right?
Ted folded almost instantly. Within moments of being placed in the back of the squad car, he was ready to give up everything. I swear I'll tell y'all about the passings. His breakdown in the police car marked the official downfall of the entire operation, leaving no doubt about who broke first.
Come on. Hey, stop it. Stop it.
I swear to God, I tell you, I will tell you, please, I swear, please.
Ted's instant confession pinned the entire operation directly on Jam. Fresh off a 12-year bid, Jam was facing life in prison because Ted failed to dump a weapon. Unwilling to spend the rest of his life behind bars for someone else's blunder, Jam decided to strike his own deal with the feds.
Wait, hold on, you gotta relax for me, because I can't understand it. Relax. What's the number? 7 what you saying, man? We're gonna see what we can do for you, alright? We're gonna see what we can do for you. You gotta relax for me.
Relax, man. I'm gonna get a bus to prison. Relax.
Give me No, I'm saying, what you talking about? I'm trying to get the.
The domino effect was immediate. Right after TED Talk, federal agents raided Jam's home, leaving Jam with zero options except to turn state's witness against Durk.
So this is what happens afterwards. The police raided Jam's crib. They got the probable cause from this crying dude. They figure out that was used on a drill that Jam was also on. They used that as PC to raid Jam's crib. Now, here's the thing. This dude gets up out of this situation. Because his brother is OTF Didi, no one is thinking that this body cam exists. They're not thinking he's crying and telling the cops, I'll tell you about him. If anything, they're thinking he's holding it down. His brother is Didi. Okay? So what happens is when Jam gets raided, essentially, they're starting to think maybe Jam got some going on.
Inside law enforcement circles, Jam reportedly began comparing his strategic position to mob informant Sammy the Bull Gravano, framing his cooperation as pure survival in a crumbling organization.
And he compared himself to Sammy the Bull. He basically said this is my address. I don't know if he really got released from jail, but he posted an address. He says, this is for anybody that feel like that I'm doing something that Sammy the Bull didn't do. Now, I got to tell you who Sammy the Bull is if you don't know who that is. Sammy the Bull, the hired muscle and for, I believe, John Gotti. He eventually turned into a cooperant, an underboss who brought down John Gotti. So he brought down John Gotti. He did a 20-year sentence, okay, and was released in prison. He's now living a free man, but it's whatever. We have to assume that OTF Jam told the feds about every he did for Lil Durk, hoping that after all this, he'll get his 20 years.
This legal nightmare might have been completely avoided. Years ago, Durk publicly criticized Chief Keef for failing to fund legal defense funds for his crew. Fast forward to today, and Durk is facing the exact same trap. By failing to secure top-tier legal defense teams for his associates, multiple crew members turned into key government witnesses to save themselves.
But it is becoming increasingly worrisome. Increasingly. All of these guys are folding. And unfortunately, this was something I remember Durk was taking aim at Chief Keef when he was like, yo, you put their name in a song, you got them hot. And you didn't pay for a lawyer. Well, Durk, that might come back to bite you because it appears that maybe you were paying for their lawyers when you were free, but now that you're arrested with them, it doesn't seem like you are. Now is the time they need it because they're facing that you. And yes, they might be caught to rights because they're the and they're caught on camera. But if they could escape life in prison and get 20 to 25, these guys are anyway. They'll walk that down, as they say. They'll walk the 25, 30 years down.
Seeing all of this unfold, 6ix9ine resurfaced to celebrate what he views as his ultimate victory. After years of intense rivalries with King Von and Lil Durk, King Von is tragically gone, and Durk is sitting in a federal cell facing life imprisonment without parole.
When he didn't slide, they made fun of him. Now that he slid and is in jail, they making fun of him. So damn if you do, damn if you don't. But guess who's smarter than that? You think you're gonna trick me? I won. Look at me. How many times did I say I won? I'm smarter than you.